Hi guys, it's Mr. Keegan from Blue Oaks Elementary. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well. First, I know there's been a lot of changes lately, and we spoke a lot, some of us, about the Origami Club. Now, didn't look like for a minute things were going to work out the way we wanted to. But that's okay, because we're smart and we figured out another way to do it. So, here I am in my house, and you're probably in your house. You may even see a red dog, or two red dogs, or three red dogs, or three red dogs and one black dog running around. Those are my dogs. But, nonetheless, I'm going to be putting together some videos for you guys, and we're going to be doing some origami together. So I'm super excited about it. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to change this little piece of paper into a beautiful origami crane. Now I love the origami crane, and just to prove it to you, I'm going to show you some of the cranes I've made, because I made a lot. Let's just take a look inside. It's all full of origami cranes. I've made over 500 of them. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do this. Being that I've done it a lot, I have a way that I'm going to show you today. It's very easy, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, we're going to get started. Alright friends, so here we got our origami paper, and it is facing colored side up. The other side would be white side up. Colored side up is how we're going to start. First thing we're going to do is we're going to fold diagonally from here to here. You're going to fold it in half diagonally. Now I like to make sure my creases are nice and squished. Makes the folds easier later on. Okay, then you're going to open it again, rotate it, and we're going to fold another diagonal fold from here to here. See, I use my thumb to push down that. Makes nice creases. Alright, we're going to open it again. Now we have two diagonal folds. We're going to flip it over, maybe if I can grab it. Now we're going to fold it in half right across the center. Remember, don't be too hard on yourself when you're doing this. Origami paper is very forgiving, and you can always readjust the folds if at some point you have to go back over them. So, unfold it again. Now you have one horizontal fold that's halfway, and you're going to rotate it and fold it in half again. And see? Whoop. Just like that. Now this is where the magic starts. You're going to hold two sides like that. See how I'm looking at it? That's what it'll look from the top down. That's what it'll look from the front. You're going to push to the center, and all the folds that you previously made will fold out. When you're looking at it from the top, it'll look like that. From the side, it'll look like that. Now if you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 flaps. You want 2 flaps on each side. You're going to push them down just like that. That is a squash fold. Congratulations. You did a squash fold. Now, you want to make sure there's 1, 2 flaps, like I said, because if you don't have 2 flaps, your crane will not be correct. It will be a little different. So, face it like this with all these flaps facing you here. Okay? and then rotate it a little bit. You're going to grab one flap, one corner of the flap, and you're going to fold it up to the center line here, like this. This one can kind of be, sometimes it can be tough, but you get the hang of it. The key to origami, honestly, is repetition. Just doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Then rotate it. You're going to bring this corner of this flap up to the center again. All right, we're making progress. We're almost to the very cool thing. Now, before we move on to the other side, we have one little step here. We're going to pick it up and face it. See how with these two flaps we just folded? Turn those away from you, and you're going to fold this top flap down right there. You're going to fold it down to be level with the other folds you just made, like that. And then you're going to say, all right, go back to your spot. See, so now you have a fold pre-creased right there. Now, you're going to continue your folds from these corners to the center. Okay. There we go. One more. We're going to rotate it. The last flap to the center. All right. Now here's where the magic starts. We are going to open this up like that. Open the two folds you just made out. And you're actually going to pull this top flap up. Now this is kind of important. You put the way I do it is I put my pointer fingers right here, and I kind of put my thumbs in the creases I've already made to make it correct. Oh, here comes one of my dogs. Hi, Arthur. He wants to know what we're doing. Anyways, once we've done that, you're going to squash these guys down in there. And you already have, I'll bring it up a little bit close, but if you look, you've already made these folds. So if you've made them firm and nice and straight, your paper will kind of fall into place. So you can tell it here. There's one fold, and another right there. So I'm not really forcing it. I'm just kind of gently putting it into place. Okay. Once we put those in, we're going to push that top flap down, put a little bit of pressure on there. We're going to flip it and do the same thing on this side. So open up the folds that you just made, the flap. Grab the top flap. Remember, I like to put my fingers right here, but you guys obviously have smaller hands. You might find easier ways to do it. So go on with your bad self. All right. We're going to push these in. And I'll have you know, there are other ways that people fold this crane to make these folds. This is the way I found it to be easy, because I'm always trying to find the easiest way to do things. And the other side. Now, this is super cool because you guys just created one of the most popular and used bases, they call them. And this is called a bird base. And I'll explain to you why. So this is a bird base because there's all sorts of birds you can make out of this. Some of you guys have seen like the red cardinals that I make, or the other black birds that I make. That's all from here. But the swan is a little bit, or the crane's a little bit different. But this is a bird base, and you can tell you got this flap at the top, which will be the back. You have, if you look at it from the top down, you have one wing, another wing, and you have a head right here, and a tail. So from here, we are going to face it towards us like this, and we're going to pop these back out. So from the bird base, we just push those top flaps up. Now you're going to have two flaps at the top, the two wings like I mentioned. You're going to have a wing, a back, and a wing, kind of like that. See it? And the bottom, you're going to have the head and the tail, but we got to make sure the head and the tail aren't right at each other. So we're going to put it down. We're going to grab just one layer, this corner right here. We're going to fold it to the center. All right. Rotate. Grab one layer. This corner is going to go to the center. Alright, now we're going to flip this puppy, and once again, top layer to the center. Oops, sorry. Alright, one more time, rotate, top layer to the center. Way to go. If you made it this far, you're pretty much so close to being done. It's amazing. Ah! All right, I'm excited. All right, so I'm gonna move this up so you can see. Now, what we're gonna do here is we still have the head and the tail. I want you to, I don't know if I can show you here, but there's a crease right here where my finger is that you previously made. You're gonna flip this. You're gonna grab it with your index finger and your thumb. Pointer finger and your thumb, sorry, and you're going to pull it up just like that. See how I did that? I don't know if you guys can see that 100%, but there's a line right here. You're going to pull it up right there. Crease it, all right? Rotate, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Right up to that line right there. The first line that you'll encounter. Alright, now it looks kind of funky like that. Now, we have to hold it like this. You're going to open that up. See? So now it's kind of up like that, and then you're going to rotate it and push it down. And as you push it down, I don't know if you can tell 100%, I'm kind of patting it down with my thumb so that the folds will fall into place. And you're going to squeeze these folds together, just like that. And squeeze this together right there. See? Voila. And then the same thing on the other side. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Use your thumb to kind of draw that out and make sure everything looks nice and clean if you want. Or you can make it messy. Doesn't matter. It's your origami. You can do what you want. But I like mine to look nice and clean, so. Alright. You guys pretty much are almost there. All we need to add is a head. So you could pick that side or this side. And this is how I make the head. There's a lot of different ways. Some people you could do different types of folds. I do it very simple. I just look at the head that I want to choose, open it up a little bit. See that? Pick how big I want my crane's head to be. You can have a big-headed crane or a small-headed crane. I like a medium-headed crane. You're going to fold that down, boop, just like that. Pull it up, bam. Now you can squeeze this a little bit, pull the head down, ta-da! I wish I had some sort of magical music to play. Now there's some cool stuff you can do from here too. This is pretty much how I make my cranes. You can also, if you want, you can actually grab the wings and open them, and you'll see the back. And if you kind of pull a little bit gently, you will actually create a back. So then you have more of a three-dimensional swan. Or crane, sorry. So there's different things you can do to make it look differently, but usually I don't do the back. Yeah. Way to go. Good job. Alright. Look what you made. Your own crane. Now you can you can make his back or her back flat, or you can squeeze it if you want it to be bunched up. It doesn't really matter. It's your crane, so you decide. Good job. Lots more to come. Know that we're thinking of you guys. We love you guys. Stay strong, and we'll talk to you soon.